It's not very likely that many of you will see this screen that you're seeing here that says thank you for supporting Valorant and additionally having an Endeavor Bulldog because you're waiting for the next night market. I have every single skin in the game that can be purchased, and I know that I am incredibly lucky, and I consider myself one of the luckiest people on the planet. And today, it's your lucky day, because today I'm going to teach you how you can go from this to this. It won't quite be like this, but you will at least have a skin for every single weapon in the game, if not close to every single weapon in the game. I'm urnotjustin, and this is the budget backpack. I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time, and a lot of viewers have also requested this to me as well, is how can we get a skin for every weapon in the game for the lowest amount of money possible? What are the possibilities with it? What are the skins that are the cheapest? Stuff like that, and all of that's going to be answered for you today and more, honestly. So let's just get directly into it. I need to get the obvious out of the way first. Obviously, your collection is not going to look like this. You are not going to have like all the Spectrum and Elder Flame skins equipped because that's like $200, dude. You can't do it. And on the concept of money, this is going to be measured out in VP and American dollars. So exactly how much money are we going to need to fill up this empty inventory? The obvious answer is that we're going to have to buy the Battle Pass, which costs 1,000 Valorant points. We have done the 1,000 Valorant points, so you're obviously going to be starting here. But to fill in the gaps, additionally, we are going to add another 1,000. That's $9.99 each. That is $20 in total, depending on your state sales taxes and stuff like that. But the big picture is that in $20 or less, we are going to be buying every single skin in the game. Now, ideally, you might have bought a battle pass at one point and you might have finished the entire thing, or this could be your first battle pass that you could get. And in a perfect world, I think the majority of people actually bought the Ignition Act 3 battle pass, which included this beautiful Ruin Dagger, as well as the Ruin Marshal and the Ruin Vandal and the Ruin Guardian. I think ideally, this would be an incredibly solid and great place to start if you have a battle pass already. If you already have a battle pass and no other skins, I wouldn't worry about buying a different battle pass and grinding it out, because this is really cool in and of itself. And additionally, you get stuff like the Jade Collection or Serenity. As well, I would just like to say too that maybe you're not a fan of the Ruin. This current battle pass for Disruption Act 3 is incredibly fire. The .sys Vandal is insanely cool, and I'm excited to get that when I unlock it myself. Initially for this video, what I wanted to choose for my battle pass of choice was going to be the battle pass that had the Artisan Phantom in it, because Artisan is probably one of my all-time favorites in this game that doesn't have finishers and stuff like that. This is from Reflection Act 2, and as well, Reflection Act 2 unfortunately contained the Varnish Collection. And it's so sad to me because Artisan is so cool, and then they just have to go and include the Varnish Collection, which is just so not great in my opinion. I know somebody out there might really love this collection. I, however, don't. We're going to instead have to opt for Disruption Act 1, which included the Velocity Phantom, as well as the Hydro Dip and the Schema Collection. So let's go through and equip all of that right now. Speedrun style, baby. There you have it. We have a relatively healthy amount of skins equipped here, and we have some missing blanks, but right away we're going to fill in 2 of them. And it's not going to cost a dime at all. For this budget collection, I have Astra's contract finished, and we're going to equip the Eclipse Ghost. As well, I have KO's finished, and we're going to equip the Firearm Classic. So let's go and do that. This is pretty sick, and we already off the get-go have only 3 slots left, along with 1,000 Valorant points left. But before we move on any further, since we do have the Disruption Act 1 Battle Pass equipped right now, we also get to use the buddies and the sprays and the cards from it. So I'm going to go through and do that. There you have it. See, we're shaping up to have an almost entirely filled inventory. Now, here's the tricky part of this video. We have 1,000 Valorant points left to spend for this budget collection. That is enough for just 1 skin and potentially 2 skins depending on if you get a night market, but that's more random, and we will kind of infer that at the end of this. But first things first, okay? To my knowledge, there are 7 collections that have skins that cost 875 Valorant points each. What are those 7 collections, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. There's Infantry, Prism 2, Rush, Convex, Sensation, and Galleria. And lastly, probably the 2 best ones that you can get for your buck, in my opinion, are the Lux and the Endeavor, recently released. but there is a lot of really cool skins that we can pick from the collections that I did list, despite there being no finishers and stuff like that. While your choices are pretty slim here, and if you were trying to have the goal of having a skin for every single weapon, our only choices currently would be for the Marshal, Operator, and Ares. It is worth noting that depending on what the battle pass is, you will be getting free chapter reward skins sometimes. I couldn't specifically tell you all the free chapter rewards from all of the previous battle passes, but you may have some free chapter reward skins. And you very well easily could fill in these blanks that we have here with the free chapter rewards. The way that I see it, there are two things that you could do for this, and that is fill in one of these blanks here, or get yourself a Vandal skin that is super clean. And I think that the answer is the same for both of those two options, and that is we could either do the Endeavor Vandal for 875 Valorant points, and likewise, we could also do the Endeavor Operator or the Endeavor Ares. And I'm pretending that I have never played this game before in my entire life, but I've been following it for a while, so I got all these skins from this one battle pass, and I have 1000 VP left over. And what I would personally do for this situation is I would prioritize the Operator, because it's one of the coolest weapons in the game. It's one of the more important ones in the game if you do buy it. So I would go with none other than the Endeavor Operator, and then hope that later on down the line we do get some free skins with the Marshal and the Ares. But wait, there is more. Obviously, you cannot really predict the night market whatsoever. I mean, like in my case here, since I do have all the skins, I am trying to sort of game the night market just as like a joke, because I want to see how cheap I can get the Endeavor Bulldog for. But you could infer that you could honestly get 2 875 Valorant point skins in your night market, and they could very well be like 50 to 60% off, potentially. You would not have enough left over out of 1000 VP to have one skin for the Marshal and the Ares, but assuming that you did, I'm keeping the Endeavor Operator, and if I choose the Marshal, the Galleria is a kind of cool choice, or if the luck were in our favor, I would do the Infantry Ares. And I really do think that what this comes down to, aside from luck with the night market, because this already is kind of a weird concept to begin with, this is a pretty solid choice for finishing your backpack at under $20. I personally use the Marshal a lot more because it's a super powerful weapon for super cheap, so I would probably unequip the Ares here, and I would probably just go with the Galleria Marshal, despite it not being like one of the best skins in the entire game. But it's better than having no skins in my opinion, and this backpack is incredibly solid, and as well, we have the option to upgrade all of the velocity stuff too. Disruption Act 1 came with, let me cut out the Valorant points for you that it comes with, 160 Valorant points for finishing this battle pass. That is more than enough to upgrade all of this to whatever you want it to be. The variants aren't too cool. It would have been better if they had like a white variant in here, but you know, it's something, okay? And that's what this is all about, is having something instead of nothing. Really, the only way that you could get a skin that actually has upgrades and stuff like that is that you would have to just get the battle pass for the $10, and then you would have to pay $20 for 2050 Valorant points, which altogether comes out to $30. And that's only a $10 difference. So let's just kind of go through and add that now. We'll unequip this and this. And if you wanted to have just one upgraded skin, I'm going to go to what all of you guys would pick, and I know this for a certain fact. You would pick Reaver, Prime, or you would pick Ion. And at that point, it's up to your discretion. The first skin I ever bought in this game was the Prime Vandal. So for the sake of this video, we're going to have the Prime Vandal equipped as I picked earlier. And yet again, there we are with an entirely finished collection. We have enough Radiant Knight to upgrade this stuff because of the battle pass that we bought previously. And we have all skins, relatively, and one premium skin with upgrades, variants, and a finisher. 30 bucks for that, you know, a little bit high, not so much of a budget, but it is a $10 difference only, so that is a way to look at it. But again, if we go back to the other version of this, where we have the Schema Vandal equipped and then the Endeavor Operator, that's only $20 altogether. And then if we look at the more wild side of this, where we got just a really crazy night market with some bad skins in it, then we also get to have the Galleria Marshal equipped too. And really, I guess there you have it. This is a budget backpack. It's not supposed to be special by any means. The goal of this was not to give you the best backpack ever, but to give you a backpack altogether. And that's what I think matters in this game, is trying to relate to somebody who has no skins and who wants to have skins at a certain point. And I really hope that this helped you out in some kind of way, because that's what this was entirely about. Was trying to help you guys get all the skins for every single weapon in the game, even if they're not so great. But yeah, I love you guys, and I thank you so much for watching. And really, I guess that's all I've got for you guys. As always, I'm Justin, and you're not. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you do, and click the bell for notifications of this video ever. Even if you have, a skin for every single weapon, which you should after this video. Sorry, I don't know why I said game. All you need is 20 bucks, and you can do it. But yeah, I love you guys, and I thank you so much for watching. See ya. Real quickly before the video ends, just want to give a quick shout out. I know that people really don't watch the end of the video and stuff like that. That's fine. But for a lot of my videos, I have referenced this really great website called VALORANTinfo.com. It's where I got all the info for this video and a lot of info for the other videos I've done in the past as well. It's a great utility for if you want to build a collection and see how much something cost or when it came out, anything like that. Totally, I recommend checking it out because it has a ton of great information. This is not sponsored or anything like that. It's just something that I really care about because it's a great website. So special shout out to them. Now the video's over. Love you guys.